guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, and I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so fucking bad. But you told me that your license, you just got your license back. I ain't gonna get your license.
I've seen one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I've seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those
Young Thug has recently made some questionable choices. By mentioning it in his songs, he not only violated his probation, but also revealed the identity of a female police officer. This has led to federal prosecutors trying to revoke his probation.
What Young Thug did to have and this is how you know this 4 p.m. is real. Young Thug posted the woman. This is Marissa Vivierdo. He said, biggest liar in the DA office. He posted her, okay? And then he also reposted, all my homies hate Vivierdo. Now, this is someone who is an officer of the law. This is someone who is a government official. When you do that and you're under probation, the government is gonna be like, oh, you sending a smoke signal that people should hurt this woman? That's why they're doing a motion to revoke his shit. Why did he do this? Because she's testifying in the OMF case, and she's basically saying, yo, OMF and 4PF, Lil Baby and them, they're beefing and is dying, and indictment's finna come down.
The press reports that the state of Georgia has filed a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation and send him back to jail. These guys are telling for nothing, and I got to be the one calling them friends. He raps in the song Money on Money. They also plan to use his latest lyrics against him. That line appears to be a swipe at Gunna, who Thug also brought up in a recent interview over her alleged snitching during the YSL RICO case.
I just like to help people, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah, I know everybody wondering that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
The recent tweet from Young Thug that read, "If you are a rapper and you're a rat, you just got to gospel twin," also didn't help. The tweet went viral very quickly, mostly due to one answer. You are literally not even legally allowed to rap about gangster stuff anymore. Bro, a person remarked. You will perform gospel. More than 100,000 likes and 3 million views. The response regrettably caught the notice of law enforcement. According to the press, Young Thug's legal trouble continues to bother him after the publicity. Once again, he is being targeted by Atlanta police after being released from prison. I'm sorry, but there's no way Young Thug stays out of jail while also being a rapper. One admirer even commented, "Almost always, he breaks his probation with the words that he needs to keep his audience interested." Academics actually anticipated this months ago, and Young Thug was freed from probation. Academics warned that the terms were a lie. The system was designed to make Thug fail during those 15 years, he explained. So he would be sentenced to 20 years in prison without a trial or second.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. Well, he's always gonna talk about him and his doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me, it's like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about again. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see this was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.
Though the Fed's real plan for Young Thug exposed itself, it was revealed during an interrogation that WAC 100 claimed to have 2 hours of footage that purported to show Gunna spying on Young Thug. Even that claim created a stir, with some speculating that the federal authorities were already getting ready to bring another YSL case. Not just Thug, but everyone still connected to the YSL label might be significantly impacted if the leaked recording proves to be authentic. It is clear that the government is actively monitoring songs, tweets, and any other internet speech, and that they may be working on something important behind the scenes.
Hey Gunna, listen. I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah. Guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about.
Who went through the federal documents discovered a ton of unused evidence that was stacked against Young Thug, as well as additional probation violations that were all included in an updated dossier. One major clue from that update alone was that the administration is preparing to utilize this stuff shortly. The situation becomes critical at this point. Vom, let's drop one on these rats, Young Thug tweeted a week after his release, according to their records. One of the nicknames for Lil Baby was Vom. Gunna was thought to be the target of the tweet. Lil Baby even replied, "We should," on Instagram, which only served to fan the flames. Gunna, stop acting like we're friends on the internet. I don't know you. The following day, Thug sent out another tweet. That statement appealed to Gunna and his brother alike. The brother of Gunna clapped back, adding, "Believe that the feeling is reciprocal." Later that night, Young Thug joined T.I. and posted an Instagram story. He asserted that he was home and that everything had been done perfectly, which was a somewhat crude jab at Gunna. There was a lot of stealth dissing, and it's likely all in those government files today, waiting to be brought up in court.
Hey man, what you got to tell these people?
Back. Back.
You feel me?
You did.
Hey man, ain't no cap in it.
No cap in my rap.
You feel what I'm saying?
The right way.
It's time.
The right way, bro.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right way.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
And go tell that.
Gunna knew he had exited correctly because Thug made it clear where he stood. In this instance, even T.I. seemed to be in favor of Thug, but the fans didn't like it. Telling Thug to cease his disrespectful and trolling remarks, they started bombarding him with them. Given the stringent terms of his probation, they knew that this kind of behavior could land him back in jail. But Thug was unconvinced. He drove up to the studio later that night, grinning as if nothing could unsettle him and flaunting his jewelry. Despite the warning indications that came with his freedom, he was clearly enjoying it.
Yeah, that's some pounds, Pete.
Go pound, go bag.
Crazy ass bag.
After that, though, the trolling persisted. DJ Academics claimed that Young Thug had been phoning other rappers while he was in jail on multiple occasions after gaining some behind-the-scenes information. Ock claimed that Thug was warning everyone to stay away from Gunna. Indeed, he was purportedly urging others to avoid him, avoid interacting with him, and avoid doing business with him. This kind of behavior further exacerbated the already unstable circumstances. Even while incarcerated, a secret but successful campaign against Gunna was being supported. So social media insults were no longer the only strategy employed.
The streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a if you believe me. That's what he sent to. Or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers, I just won't call their names. Just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not fucking with Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Gunna kinda hot. It ain't like you're trying to really like jump and work with Gunna.
Fans remarked right away that it appeared odd that DJ Economics would somehow get access to this kind of confidential jailhouse data. Many people started to theorize that Thug himself wanted the news to spread, but his strict probationary rules prevented him from doing so. Information made logical, therefore, to divulge information to a third party without breaking any rules. But Young Thug's persistent taunting and disparaging of Gunna ultimately forced a response. However, neither a song nor a message from Gunna specifically addressed it. Instead, the communication came from his lawyer. The lawyer clarified that I was Gunna's attorney, but I am not speaking on his behalf. This long text serves merely as a presentation of the facts. He went on to claim that Gunna did not help the prosecution, and that neither her words nor her actions would have impacted Young Thug's case.
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein Hyde and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
He entered an Alford plea and served 8 months before being released from prison. In December 2022, Gunna's plea agreement had nothing to do with Young Thug's case. He was never mentioned as a witness, and it was not legally admissible against Thug. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison with no housing restrictions, probation, travel restrictions, or reporting obligations. Gunna has performed all around. The world gained an enormous reputation and amassed millions of dollars in the 2 years since. While this was going on, Young Thug was put on trial, imprisoned for 30 months, and finally pleaded nolo contender. In addition to being placed on a strict 15-year probationary period with strict reporting obligations, he is no longer even allowed to live in Atlanta. Are all the people still accusing Gunna of being complicit? Let it go. The lawyer was straightforward. However, that simply made the conflict between Gunna supporters and ardent YSL supporters worse. After a tweet went viral, things became heated. Once you all understand the consequences of Gunna's snitching during that YSL trial, you'll understand why Thug and Baby will never be cool with him again. Learn now. Evidence that was attached to that tweet put supporters into a tailspin. And what it showed was as follows. According to Atlanta police, Lil Baby's name is specifically highlighted in the documents, indicating that Georgia's BD Council section is getting ready to defend against a possible federal BFF RICO prosecution. A court hearing when investigators heard a wiretapped phone call, however, was what really got people talking. Someone claimed that Lil Baby had tickets on people's heads, street lingo for forcing them to pay to be singled out. This situation is beginning to resemble the alleged murder for hire case of Lil.
Like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harm. Or
and who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
This set off a rapid chain of emotions throughout the rap community. First Young Thug, now Lil Baby Atlanta's DA is playing chess. Snoop Dogg even tweeted, jumping in, "Rappers, you had better stay on top of things." Fans went crazy after just that tweet. Lil Baby was taken to the county jail to be questioned about the deaths of Lamont Freeman and Jackety Davis, as the headlines soon revealed. Lil Baby's decision to close his label for PF immediately following those instances drew particular attention from investigators. The timing sparked serious suspicions, and authorities sought clarification.
Police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of two teen-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Lil Baby to come buy my tacos.
Eventually, Lil Baby bears part of the brunt of this heat. Lil Baby shut down his 4PF label in order to prevent it from being formally classified as a street gang. It was revealed. The time, however, is the main issue. More questions were raised when he made that move during an ongoing police investigation. It appeared to be damage control rather than commercial planning to the authorities.
4 pockets full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because it's all shit that be going on. And I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'll be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't.
Right.
Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police. It's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
Even more bizarre, though, is the fact that DJ Academics called it again. On stream, he displayed the real evidence file that revealed. For PF was mentioned in a recently released RICO document, the same type that had been used against YSL. From the appearance of things, it appeared as though the federal agents were simply crossing off names, one crew at a time. They seem to be methodically going through a list, and for PF is now the next in line.
I've heard 2 of them. Like, I've heard the 2 of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the names. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers.
Scholars even deconstructed it further, demonstrating that Lil Baby is about to face a significant RICO accusation. The patterns, he noted, are exactly what occurred with YSL, monitoring the use of lyrics as proof and the accumulation of sealed documents behind the scenes. In his opinion, the question is not whether it will happen, but rather...
I'm going to tell you some things that you're going to have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug. She got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were going to get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay, we got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. Doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county, state watch.
What's important now, though, is the official police record that details Lil Baby's problems and the connections between Young Thug and Gunna. The Atlanta Police Department is officially calling out Lil Baby, stating his actions contributed to the deaths of 2 individuals last summer. Reports the first line of the report. A PD revealed at a press conference Wednesday that 7 people have been taken into custody in relation to the killings of Lamont Freeman and Jackety Davis. According to Major Ralph, the incident was caused by violence that occurred during a Lil Baby music video shoot in May of last year, which also left 3 other people hurt. In a forceful closing remark, he said, "This team will work relentlessly to hold you accountable," referring specifically to Lil Baby.
The investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence was orchestrated by adults in our city. and cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
Lil Baby had picked a dangerous spot for that music video outside a neighborhood taco joint directly on an op street. However, it was a nearby member who ultimately revealed his precise position that really tensed things up. Lil Baby's at her taco shop, 3 cars deep, recording a music video, was the Facebook post made by the same woman who was later featured. On the news, everything went south after that one post, which was sufficient to warn the streets.
We over here kicking it. We got Lil Baby shooting a video around here. You know how we do it, that slapping taco. Baby, there he go, there he go. Y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up, because you already know how he doing this slapping tacos, baby.
Police investigations state that the ops were unaware that Lil Baby was even filming there. It wasn't until that Facebook video appeared that they were notified, and they arrived prepared. Now that the feds are blaming Lil Baby, that's concerning. Remember the previous Whack 100 video? Gunna spent 2 hours in that interrogation room, he said. In light of Lil Baby's arrest, supporters are now beginning to suspect that Gunna may have divulged information regarding Lil Baby's purported actions during that session in order to support his own legal defense and gain his release.
I need 20 bands, call his number for me. Hey, security, the black guy, call his number for me. They're locking me up for a term, but I got license. Security, I give you 200 bands a year. I swear to God, security. Security, I give you 200 bands a year. You don't make 200 bands here. Hey, lady, my check leaving at 9:10. Nah, check me good. I got to my nuts. Check me good. You on the camera? I got to my nuts. Check me good. I got to. All right, y'all let me that cross you. Myself dead. Y'all fired.
Do you believe that any of this was related to Gunna? Leave a comment with your ideas, and remember to use the like button if you're in agreement with Young Thug.